About Meghan and Harry perhaps, because really now they have to stand up and say yes it was Kate and Charles, or no it was not Kate and Charles. To let it fester in this way is absolutely appalling, and the whole alleged racism thing has been hanging over the House of Windsor for the last 3 years.
When the grand wedding of one of Britain's richest people took place, many people couldn't help but wonder about Meghan Markle's surprising absence. While prestigious guests and royals were set to attend, why did the Duke and Duchess of Sussex choose to stay home? This mystery is making the royal family and fans more curious than ever. What is going on behind the palace doors, and what is the real reason behind this absence? Meghan Markle would not attend the Duke of Westminster's wedding with Prince Harry due to security concerns. The Duke and Duchess of Sussex were invited to the event, where around 400 guests, including Prince William, would attend. Despite a close relationship with the groom, Harry and Meghan decided not to go, partly due to a mutual agreement between Harry and the Duke of Westminster, and primarily because of unresolved security issues for Meghan and their children in the UK. In addition, Harry has taken legal action against the Home Office over reduced taxpayer-funded security after stepping back from royal duties, a case he lost. Harry emphasized the importance of safety for his family, citing his unwillingness to risk their well-being. Meghan Markle wants to have her own security team at her disposal. It's not that they didn't have security, because they did. But when they came to England, they wanted the highest level of protection, far beyond what was provided to the king. This included multiple SUVs, flashing lights, darkened windows, at least 50 armed police officers blocking roads to show people how important they were moving through London's streets. It's hard to imagine that these two could travel the world without such a large escort, but Meghan didn't want to go to England without it. I don't believe a word Harry and Meghan say about security being an issue. This is a convenient excuse that attracts a lot of attention without any evidence, and is clearly contradicted, especially since Harry has returned to England many times without incident. Moreover, is there really an issue with security? I just cannot seem to understand the issues Harry seems to have with this. Is the UK really dangerous to people, or is it the negative response that they receive now since they turned on the royal family? When Harry's wife told him that they needed to walk away, it was most likely due to the fact that she did not understand that she had to walk behind Catherine and William at all events, that she could not speak up and express her opinion at any time, that she was not being paid to go on royal tours, and must rely on the courtiers to tell her when she could do or say something. I believe she felt that when Harry was with his family, he acted differently, that he wasn't paying attention to her. When the discussion about stepping away was first brought up, I am sure the courtiers told Harry and his wife that if they chose to do this, they would lose certain privileges that are awarded to senior members of the royal family. I am sure that she took this information the way she shared it with Al as it was against them personally. Again, like with their child not receiving a title, something personal. I think she started putting security concerns in Harry's ear, using his mother's tragic death, telling him that this would happen to her if she ever went back to the UK, somewhat like their tragic rush-hour car chase that occurred in New York City when Harry's wife received her prestigious feminist award. When she accepted her award, she said that everyone can be visionary of your own life. Well, she truly is a visionary of her own life. I feel nauseous when I hear it. The reality is undeniable. No one wants to see Meghan, associate with Meghan, or talk to her. This is completely unrelated to security issues. Perhaps behind the vague stories about security is that criticism and alienation are spreading strongly from the community. Fame and fame have not brought Meghan the support and affection from everyone as she expected. Every step she takes becomes the focus of criticism and criticism from public opinion. From moving to America to her statements on social media, her every action has been questioned and suspected. And in a society seeking stability and unity, Meghan becoming a symbol of division and controversy is not welcome. She became a name associated with controversies and confrontations, rather than a symbol of prosperity and unity. While personal protection may be part of the justification, it seems the bigger issue is the disappointment and public disapproval that Meghan is facing. Besides, will Harry ever face the fact that Meghan herself is the biggest barrier to any return of heart? Her personality and behavior represent an insurmountable barrier to her family's acceptance of Harry's return. She didn't want to go back under their terms, and she wouldn't allow Harry to. It seems that Harry's return to the royal family is not just a personal decision, but also a complex story about the relationship and interactions between him and Meghan. Contrary to Harry's desire for integration and peace within the family, Meghan seems to have no desire to change or ensure royal approval. While Harry may want to do everything he can to return and find acceptance from his family, both partners must agree to this decision. Meghan has made it clear that she is not someone who will adapt to royal conditions and will never accept external control or interference in their lives. As such, Harry facing a choice between his family and his partner could be one of the most difficult challenges of his life. It may take a decisive decision and great sacrifice from both sides to achieve future unity and harmony. In general, the final decision is divorce. I also hope it happens as quickly as possible. Let's all hope the Home Office never grants Harry and Meghan the security they so desperately want. Harry has to realize he was a spare in the royal family growing up, and now he is a spare in his own marriage. Hopefully depression will follow very soon and Harry finds solitude on cliff walks, watching the sunset. What I'm about to say is conjecture with a basis in observation. A person who has, as admitted, used skunk can be predisposed to suffer from paranoia. The paranoia can be fed by someone claiming to be touched by a deceased loved one, especially if there have been people claiming the loved one was murdered by the state. The paranoid person would therefore be encountered to believe that history could repeat itself. This could be reinforced by an incident claimed to be a dangerous high-speed papee chase in Manhattan. The manipulation of the paranoid person could be continually reinforced to the point where they genuinely fear for safety. One warning issue: you can encourage paranoia, but it can become so extreme that the paranoid person could stop the other party from leaving the home, even making them an actual prisoner. Meghan needs to be careful about playing Harry too much regarding danger. Playing with fire gets you burnt. Moreover, the security issue is a made-up excuse because Meghan knows that what she has done to the monarchy and royal family is not acceptable. What she is more than likely doing is demanding that Harry insist that it be provided for them, knowing that it won't be, and thus telling him he is not allowed to take the kids to visit any family. She is pressing the issue with him and probably using the kids as leverage. She is not important enough and it's bothering her. She also is aware that she would be booed and not welcomed by a great many people. She created her own problems and doubted there are any people who have any compassion for her. Meghan's PR can spin as many spins as she wants, but it's time to stop lying. The majority of the public is aware that Meghan and her husband were not invited to this wedding. Her PR is generating misinformation. It's toxic and must be stopped. Accept the reality and go away. How can she be concerned over security in the UK when she is happy to go to places like Nigeria? She also says she cannot leave her children as an excuse for not going places, but once again seems not to care if it suits her. Lying doesn't work either. In short, in my opinion, it has nothing to do with Meghan not feeling safe in the UK. It is about all the negative media attention she draws, which would not look good on social media or in the press. Harry says one thing and does another. He stands on the steps of St. Paul Cathedral, not surrounded by his security team, so he cannot feel that unsafe. He was also offered a place to stay in one of the royal residences. It was Harry who put a target on his family's back by comments he wrote in his book, so neither of them was concerned about the security of their family. Or in other words, it has nothing to do with security, other than Harry cannot accept the fact he no longer qualifies for royal perks. The pair traveled to one of the most dangerous countries in the world. Both the UK and the US have travel warnings, stating not to travel there. Meghan cannot face the booing and response received by the people and the royals for her destructive acts, comments. Meghan also cannot handle when the central stage is on someone else. Harry has lost his heritage, former home, and lineage when he married Meghan. The children lost their heritage, never to know their true birthright. It is also a fact. They didn't receive a formal invitation to the wedding, only a save the date. Well, that's all for today's video. Thank you very much for watching our video, and I want to know what you think about these issues. Please express your opinion in the comments below. Hope you will always be cheerful and happy. Don't forget to support us by liking, sharing, and subscribing to the channel. Goodbye and see you again in the next videos.